Hello, everyone. Let's hope this live will go well and you will be able to see me and hear me well. So just say hi so that I see who you are and let me know if you see me well and if you hear me well. And just to let you know, whilst you're typing, currently I'm in Nagpur. So I thought that we will be able to go from Varanasi to Kerala directly. But since we're taking sleeper buses, the journey would be far too long. And therefore, we had to break it up. And so we will stay for a few days in Nagpur, which is not a city at all, and then we will proceed to Kerala. And actually, no, from Nagpur, we will go to Bangalore, Karnataka, and from there to Kerala because India is a big country. I don't see yet anyone writing anything. I hope that. Oh, here, live chat. Oh, I can see now. Okay, I had wrong chat settings. So let's see. Kiran, hi Kiran. Hi, it's Samantha. Hi, Samantha. Vanessa, hi. Kiran says, I can hear and see you well. And Sakshi, hi Sakshi. She says, hi Simona, I can hear and see you properly. That's great. Sakshi and Kiran are my group coaching clients, and Sakshi finished group coaching for 3 months and she gained the results she wanted. So I'm very happy with that. And if anyone else is interested in group coaching, then you can go to simonarich.com/group-coaching. And if you see anything on my teeth, like there are actually white fixtures on my teeth. They are not actually on my teeth, they are on my braces, just in case you're wondering what they are. I got invisible braces, so you may see some white fixtures when I speak, just to let you know. But I'm happy that people are able to this time see me clearly and hear me clearly, and let's hope it continues because you never know. And now in Nagpur, it's raining. Last time I checked and it was thunder, but hopefully the internet connection will be good. Vanessa says, I see you and I hear you. Sakshi says, thanks, Simona. You're welcome. Siddhi Singh says, hey, Simona. Hi. It's very nice to see you all here. And it was like, I didn't want to miss that last live, but I had to because it would just be a waste of your time because Varanasi had terrible internet connection. Like I wasn't even able to speak to people. Zoom would continue switching on and off when I was speaking with my clients, so there was no way I could do live there. Anish says, hi Simona. Hi Anish, it's nice to see you here. So I will tell a little bit about what happened to me in Varanasi. Varanasi was actually a very special place for me because the energy there was so intense, and even my husband felt, and he's not interested in spiritual practices, and he still felt that energy there. And that was the first time we visited burning ghats to see the bodies being cremated. And then a few days went to another private burning ghat, and I saw like the actual human being without any covering being burned. And the energy in those burning ghats, because some people ask me about it, it's like you want to meditate, you want to contemplate on like in the impermanence of life, and it just draws you into meditation. It's such a strange atmosphere. And I understand why some spiritual people in India following a certain spiritual like left hand path of spirituality called bodies, they go there to meditate when the bodies are being burned because the atmosphere is so interesting. Sartak says, hi, Simona. Hi, Sartak. Nice to see you here. And in Varanasi, I had many things I was very in the flow, and things just strange things would happen. For example, I went to one cafe, and it was a famous for photography, but at that time they had the place decorated, like newly painted, so they didn't have any photographs up. So I asked if I can see some book of photos, and they gave, like the owner gave two books, and in one book I was like skipping through it, and there was that major festival of India, Kumbh Mela. I'm not sure if I pronounce it right. So I was just checking this is like the festival where spiritual people gather together, I think near Ganges only, but I may be mistaken. And there I saw one female spiritual guru, and after under her picture, I read Jagat Guru, and I was wondering what that means, and I was kind of researching it. And she was the only female guru in 2000 something years to be given this title in their lineage. And then her name was Saima, and I was wondering, like, is she really, like, because I'm always skeptical when I see gurus, you never know, some of them are real, some of them are not. And I was like wondering, is she really an actual guru? And I was like wondering. So that's the first time I saw her picture. Okay. And then I finished eating, and I went to Lahiri Mahasaya's Samadhi place, which is one building where you can meditate. And I went to see inside their statues. And there was her picture, Saima, like smiling directly, as though directly looking at me. That was just so amazing. Wow. I was like, I just saw her, and she's here, like, as though confirming that she's a genuine guru and she's still alive. So what I did, I went to, like, to check her out, more of her teachings. And the teaching that really resonated with me was clearing fear from your brain. And if you're interested, we can actually do it now. This is so powerful, and I saw even visions when I did it. So the way to clear, according to her, fear in the brain accumulates in amygdala and the brain stem. So I don't think that I can share my screen with you, but it's like the lower brain part and the brain stem. It's where fear accumulates. And it's quite easy to clear the fear, but it can take several sessions. But you have to close your eyes, and we can do it now. That's very powerful, to clear fears, because so many people are fearful of everything, of any change, of what happens in the future, like anything, like they are scared and their life is not changing. Oh, Kiran says yes, let's do it. Okay. So we can try doing it. So just close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. When you breathe in, always breathe in the energy of the creator, the white. You can see it as a white light, to fill your body with it. And then breathe out all the anxieties and negativities. And do this a few times. Take a deep breath in and out. And then just see as though there is like a non-physical brush that is clearing your brain, especially the lower part of the brain and the brain stem, where it starts, where the neck starts. So just clear this area and continue clearing it. Just imagine that this invisible brush is clearing all the negative energy, fears, and you can even clear past imprints, past life negative imprints, negative conditioning. Just keep brushing it, like forward, backwards, forward, backwards. So stir that energy. It's very powerful. When I did that, I got visions of different houses. It was so interesting, colors. I felt the energy very intense, especially amygdala, if you can locate it. And if you can't, just take a note of it, the name of this part of the brain, amygdala, and then you just search it online and focus then after the life. But just try clearing it this way. Just keep brushing it in the same way, backwards, forwards, to clear that energy. So let me know if you get any sensations when you do it. And if not, then just if you're meditating, do it during meditation and see what happens. And I will tell you what happened after this clearing. So I cleared, now you can open your eyes if you wish. I cleared this way in Varanasi before, like after my meditation, before falling asleep. And then I got dreams of like big animals, and some like an elephant was chasing me. So these are primal instincts, primal fear. So I stirred the energies there, and I was like, okay, something is really happening. And then I went outside that day, and dogs started barking at me. It was like aggressive, and this doesn't happen, like maybe once or twice it happened to me, but it's very rare. And like some dog just started barking, and it sees something in my aura, so I stirred it. So I was like, okay, something definitely happened. And then as a result of these incidents and the dreams, I knew that I have to continue clearing. So I continued clearing. And it's definitely, when you do it, you feel much lighter. It's so interesting. Like there is a point, you reach a point where you feel like there is more lightness in you. So I guess you removed that burden of fears or or some negative conditioning. So I advise you to try it. It's very powerful. And I also wanted to share with you in this live the astral projection that I experienced a few days ago. I had astral projections when I was living on my farm, and that's because I wanted to travel. And then COVID was like, restrictions were in place and I couldn't travel. So I actually learned to astral project in order to visit different parts of the universe without my body, and I managed to do it. And it was so exciting. But then I started traveling to India, and that's also very exciting. So I didn't even think of astral projecting, and I don't spontaneously astral project unless I can just will for this to happen, but there should be willingness. So these days I started missing astral projection. So again, I started reading about it, thinking about it, and intending it, and it happened. And it happened daytime, because I find that astral projections are easiest. And if you have any astral projection questions, by the way, just let me know. Just put it in chat and I will answer if I know the answer. So I find that astral projections are easiest daytime, especially after meditation. And one of the reasons people can't astral project, actually, that's not much talked about, is because they're non-physical, their energy bodies are weak, and their focus is entirely on this world. They lose energy through dramas, like control dramas that I mentioned in, I think, another life. And so they don't have any energy, and they actually still astral project, but they cannot remember that. The stronger the energy body is, the more you will remember your astral projections, and the more you will take in and be able to observe in astral planes. So a few days ago, I daytime, after meditation, after doing some breath work, which we did just now, like breathing in the energy of God, filling yourself with light, and breathing out negativity. This also charges your energy body. So after doing this, I felt like I was drifting into sleep, and then I realized that when I was drifting into sleep, I felt like my hands and feet were starting to get really hot, and I was thinking it may be a sign that I can astral project. And I tried to leave my body, and I successfully did, but it was difficult to separate because I haven't been consciously astral projecting for several months. But I managed to separate, and I thought, okay, I can actually now convince my husband that astral projection is real, because most people can't believe it unless they do it. So, and my husband was in this room, but in this hotel, but another room. We have two rooms here. So I thought, okay, I will just leave my body. I will go to see what my husband is doing. I will come back to my body and I will tell him, and then he will believe it. And I was so excited about it. But then I was like, I, it was very difficult to separate, and I had to just stand and rest a little bit because it took me a time to remove myself from the body. And then I thought I need to open my eyes, because it's very often that when I leave my body, I don't see anything. And then I try to open my non-physical eyes, and my spiritual eyes and my physical eyes in bed opened, and it finished. I was like, no. And then actually after that I learned that I don't need to, when you're astral projecting, don't try to open your eyes if you don't see anything, because it's very likely that your physical eyes will open. Sometimes I'm successful in opening non-physical eyes, but sometimes, like this time it happened, my physical eyes opened. So what you do if you don't see anything during astral projection, you need to say light now, vision now, because you are already in non-physical realm, and everything manifests that you say much easier. So if you say vision now, light now, it will instantly give you more clarity. And I can confirm, even if I read it now, but I did that in my other astral projections where the vision was not clear, and I said clarity now, and then suddenly everything is clear and I see everything. So it really works. But that was my a mini astral projection. And then after that I fell asleep and I became conscious in the dream, so I had lucid dream. So what happened was that I found myself on a rock, like on a very high rock, and I remember that I've been in that area many times before. It was like a darker realm, it wasn't a very light realm, it was like it had some grayness, darkness. And I was like, I found myself on a high rock, and I had to climb down on stairs, and those stairs were not stable. They were like similar to like a ladder, half stairs, and they were wooden and they were not stable. And when I was climbing down, and I got stuck in the middle of the rock because the stairs started to almost fall off. So I was like stuck. I couldn't go up the rock, but I couldn't go down because those stairs were not stable. And I was like, I'm stuck. What to do? And this distress awoke me, and I was like, oh my God, I'm in a dream. I can just fly. And then I let go of the stairs and I just flew. That was so amazing. I love both lucid dreams and astral projection. So in that day, I had both of them, and this ignited me to research about it much more and be much more consistent, and to find the time to daily learn about astral projection and attempt astral projection, so that in the end I'm able to leave my body at will. That would be so amazing. That would be like the ultimate. If you don't know some answer, you can just go into meditation, relax, leave your body, go to the higher planes and see if you can find the answer there, or like speak to masters or angels. That's just wow, so amazing. And uh, there were other amazing things that happened after. Like, I was speaking to my private client yesterday, and we started speaking about uh, remote viewing and things like that, and suddenly my computer went dark, and it never happened to me before. This computer is very reliable. And then I looked, and it was like a not it wasn't totally switched off, because the screen was very dark blue. So I knew there was some kind of electricity there, power there. And I was like, can you see me? Like, my screen just totally went dark. And he is like, yeah, I can see you. And then I was like, I don't know what to do. Anyway, I just continued speaking. And after like a minute or two, it just went back to how it was. I was like, oh my God, this is so strange. And then to him, something amazing also happened. Like, he had some kind of internet disappeared or something like this, and he was like, oh my God, something strange happened to my computer as well. And I said, is this the first time that it happened to you? He said, yeah. And I was like, this was the first time also. That and then we were thinking, like, are we not allowed to speak about that? And after our conversation, he had an amazing dream, and I also that night had like very strange dream about like that I'm speaking to spirits, like I'm looking at the sky, and there, and I'm perceive, like, not I don't see, but I perceive there are many spirits, and they are speaking to me, they are answering my questions. And then I said that I think that the housing was started, like houses were started by God, that God invented housing. I don't know, we were speaking about these things. And then, you will not believe, I'm happy that I would think so. And he said, I started housing, not God. And I was like, okay, I doubt, because, you always doubt these beings. And I'm like, I keep my doubts to myself. I didn't say anything to him. And I didn't see how he looked. I just knew that was Satan. And then I kept the doubts to myself. And he's like, after that, what did he do? Oh, yeah. He was like, he accused me of judging him, and then he was flying over me, and he was very big power, like very powerful. And I was scared. I was thinking, maybe he like will overtake me, maybe something will happen. And I didn't know what to do, like how to prevent this from happening. So what I decided to do is like, okay, since Satan is like a biblical character, a biblical spirit, I thought I will make a cross and see what happens. And he's like, ha 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 ha, like, do you know what the cross is? I'm like, didn't answer to him. And he was like showing me visions of like, on the cross, in the middle of the cross, I saw like Jesus figure, but it was like the way that he was shown, it was like a quite young man, like 30 something, and maybe even younger. And he was very light blonde and blue-eyed man, and he had like a shawl, white and light blue shawl. So that's what I saw in the middle of the cross. And then on his right, let's see, on his left, there was another man on the left side of the cross, and he had the dark hair, and he was like a beaten. So I saw that. And after that, he said, don't judge me, because you also have like things that you did in your past lives that you should be judged by. And he showed me some of my past lives, but I remember only one where he showed me that I was like, it was like the time where there were like armors. There was a king, and he had guards in armor, and I was one of his guards. And three guards, or like three people in armors, did something, like armor meaning like a metal sheets put on you, to protect yourself in battle. And then they did something wrong, and three of them had to be killed on the spot, so with the swords. And two of them didn't move, and they were killed like this. They accepted their death. And then the third one started running, and then the king showed me like this, that I have to kill him. And then and I was like that man, but I was like observing what he did, but I was like a higher self, looking from a higher self. So I wasn't like entirely in that picture, but I was observing. I was that man. And I took the sword, and the sword was like a large sword, and it had like a golden edges. And I just threw it like this, and it went into his forehead, cut his skull open, and he died. And I was like, oh my God, what on earth is that? So he showed more about that kind of life of that man. And it's like giving me understanding that, yeah, I did things like that, like bad things in my past life, and that I shouldn't judge. And I was like, oh my God. And then I woke up. Whoa, that was like amazing. Very, very strange things are happening currently to me. Yeah. Let's see if you have any questions. If I'm going to read now. Um, Sidi asks, when we do this, other spirits try to enter our body. No, it's not true. This is a major misconception. And even one of my first astral projections that I did, I understood that this is not possible, because part of you is remaining in the body. Because when I was, even now, 2 days ago or something, when I was astral projecting, I knew that I'm in the body, and I knew that I'm outside. So in the body, I felt it difficult to breathe because I usually put something on my face so that any no light distracts me. But I like to keep small light, but I cover my face, and then that cover went near on my nose, and it was like hot to breathe. So I felt that I'm in my bed, and it was like I could feel that I'm breathing in heat, but I was also outside of my body. So you never leave your body as long as you're alive. When you're dead, only then you're permanently leave. And actually, I found another astral projector who has a lot of information as such. His name is Robert Bruce, and he has YouTube channel. And he has been astral projecting for like 40 years or something like that. And he discovered that we never leave our bodies, but uh, when our like we have several bodies, so when our astral body travels, it downloads our memory, so it has like a separate download of memory, so it's like us but like with copied memory, and the original us remain in our bodies until we die. We cannot leave. So this is a major misconception, and I know it by myself through my own experience, that how can the body be left alone, like empty, if I'm able to perceive that I'm breathing whilst I'm exploring something in the astral realm? It's like, it's not true. And so many people are scared of astral projecting because of this. And actually, you cannot even experience anything um, truly scary in astral realm, because you will be prevented. There will be some initiations, kind of like initiations, where if you get scared, you will not be able to proceed further to explore. So it's like there are always some kind of like a tests in place to see if you can pass and go on to explore it further. So, and the most important thing is not to fear, because if you're afraid, of course, things like scary characters will manifest. But uh, yeah, they are like, you caused this manifestation because of your fears. So it's not dangerous. It's just, it provides so much spiritual growth if you're able to astral project, travel, to explore other realms. It's like invaluable. Okay, let's see. Vanessa says, I want to lucid dream. Yeah, lucid dreaming is easier than astral projection. It's quite easy to get into. The way that you can have lucid dream is you have to question this reality, like always, am I dreaming? Is this looking normal? What did I do just like an hour before, 30 minutes before? So you question your reality, and then you will find that if you regularly question your reality, then you will also question your reality when you are sleeping, and then you will understand, oh, this is not usual, where am I? And then you will understand that you're dreaming, and then you can do anything you want. There are no rules, because it's us. And people see that lucid dream is a mental plane. That's where you can create so easily there. Kiran says, I did not get why meditating near cremation ground is powerful. It's because of the atmosphere. It just draws you into meditation. Maybe because life and death is there both together. And it just, you need to go there to really experience it. It's just the kind of atmosphere that is there. Anubhav says, asks Simona, do you think watching superhero movies lowers the vibration? I don't watch any movies because like it's important to limit screen time, because it prevents you from having focus. So because the screen always flashes like many times, like in a second or something like that, and this shortens your attention span, and then it's very difficult to meditate, do things like accomplish things, and then naturally, like, and also whatever you see the content of that movie, if it's negative, then obviously you can even invite negative entities through certain movies, as I've heard. It's not my personal experience, because I don't watch movies like some Indian movies I watched, but it's not like I never put the TV on, for example. But yeah, you have to be very careful. And if it's habitual, it can really interfere with spiritual growth. So I wouldn't do that, uh, unless like the best thing for I think to do is to be very selective about it, and you can watch some YouTubers who are like, you know, doing something interesting with their lives. They are creative, and I think this is not as harmful as watching TV. Anubhav says, yes, Robert Bruce teaches his popular rope method to astral project. Very interesting. Yeah, I actually, rope never worked for me. What worked for me is imagining that you're rolling inside your body and then you roll out of bed and just getting up and leaving the body. This works. This is the natural thing that I do. I just get up in bed and I leave my body. And also, this reminded me that a good way to get into altered state of consciousness so that you leave the body is to see that you are going down an elevator or going down the stairs, because it puts you in an altered state of consciousness, and then this makes it easy to leave your body. Anubhav says, I used to do that but never succeeded. Yeah, rope method works for some people, but it doesn't for others. And another method that works for me is if I'm lying in bed, I'm feeling that like I'm getting very relaxed and getting into altered state of consciousness. And then I imagine myself already like near the door. I open the door of hotel or house, wherever I am, and I leave the house and I go further. And there's even started to feel like you start feeling pulled from the body when you do that. So for me, this is very effective. Or just imagine yourself standing in another room looking through the window, and then you may actually find yourself soon there if you do that. So it's again an easy way to leave your body, but you need to always experiment to see what works for you. Some things work for one person, some don't, you really need to experiment. Sarthak says, yesterday I had this dream where I went inside a room and sat there for meditation, and I forget my dream body in that meditation, and I was just space. Then suddenly I was back in my dream body. Okay, that's really cool. Cool dream. It felt quite powerful. Yeah, that can be an actual experience. Like you can meditate in astral realms also, even when you leave your body, and then you will get to higher realms. Or like saying powerful words like om, affirmations. They're very powerful in astral realm where everything manifests almost instantly. And this teaches you the power of word, the power of spoken word. Our universe is very solid, so it takes time for that spoken word to manifest, but it does manifest. So when you're in astral and you like say something and it manifests, then you understand the power that you have, the power of the word. Alice, hi Alice, you're here also. Simona, what do you think about evil eye after posting on internet pics videos? Oh, you asked me the same question, right? You thought that because of that I got sick, right? But I said no, it's because of my own stupidity that I got sick. So I kind of, yeah, I believe that it's possible definitely for people to be cursed, but you need to just watch your vibration, try to be kind with others, and do not commit bad deeds, because this may open you up to receiving curses. So if you don't do this, you should be fine, and people won't be able to harm you in this way. Kiran says, summarizing fear removal meditation. Close your eyes, imagine breathing in, focus on your amygdala, use brush to remove fear. Right. Yeah, just use the brush, spiritual brush, to remove any negative energy. If you focus on fear, then focus on removing fear. You can focus on removing negative conditioning that's coming not only from this life, but from your past lives, from your generational line. It's very powerful, yes. Zyga, hi Zyga, I haven't seen you. I don't know if I pronounce your name right. I haven't seen you here. So, hi, welcome. What is your zodiac sign, if you don't mind me asking? And what's your opinion about the influence of the planets? My zodiac sign is actually Leo, and I used to do astrological charts, and this reminds me, actually, you reminded me that because of the demand for my services, and I get requests to resume my services once I settle somewhere, because now I'm traveling, and it can happen in a month or two. I will probably resume my astrological consultations, not reports. I'm not going to write reports, but it will be astrological consultations, and my consultation fee will decrease, maybe even half, because now I'm traveling, so I don't have time to consult people unless it's urgent. That's why my fees are high. But once I settle somewhere and I have more time, my fees will be reduced, and people will be able to get astrological consultations also, because I do keep getting requests about it, and now I rested and I feel that I'm able to proceed with that. So, Zyga, yes, I believe that planets have huge influence, and you can follow that influence, like looking at your transit chart and just compare what's happening to your life to what the planets are doing, and you will find that it's accurate. And if you also check your own birth chart, you will be able to see, by looking at the meanings of each planet interaction, how this manifests in your behavior and life. And I believe that planets will affect you much more harshly if you are, if you produce much karma and don't live moral life. But if you live like a moral, spiritual life, then planets will still influence you, but in a much lesser degree and more mildly, especially the negative influences. Kiran says, do you think consuming alcohol and non-veg food affect the power for deep meditation? That's a good question. Veg, alcohol, yeah, if you are like getting drunk, this removes the protection from you, and you can't connect with the creator if you're drunk. So, and it removes the natural protection from you, opening you up to all kinds of spirits. So, you may get even some spirits entering your body and controlling you, not like a full possession, but there may be spirits in your aura and in your body, near organs, like negative energies, parasites. So it's very dangerous. If it's like, if you like drink a glass of wine and you don't get drunk, I think that's okay. But if you get drunk, it's dangerous spiritually. And when it comes to veg food, yes, it makes you more tuned into the spiritual, but then it's easy to lose balance, because I see people who are like meditating, eating veg food, and then they just lose balance. Like they get so disconnected from this world that they are unable to normally function. They can't find jobs, they can't generate income, they can't be of real help, because they are too disconnected from the world. And if this happens, then it's eating heavier food like milk and meat and doing like physical work can bring them back into balance. But with these kind of practices, like if you do yoga, meditation, eating only veg food, it's quite easy to lose balance. Zyga says, wow, your birthday is coming soon. Yes. Have you noticed the transits affect your OBE, out of body experience? I didn't check that. Maybe I should, but it is told that if there is full moon, people have more out of body experiences. So this may be true. I'm not sure. I haven't checked, but that would be quite interesting to check actually. So now, we have 20 or so minutes remaining. So if any of you want me to answer more of your questions or to do oracle card pull, then let me know. So for those who are not familiar, I use an energy oracle cards. I don't know if you can see that. These are really insightful cards, and many people got answers to their questions and correct guidance. So if you have any question that you want me to pull the oracle card for, then please ask. And I firstly like to pull just the general oracle card, just for general guidance. So if you want this, just tell me that you want the card to be pulled for you, and I will do it. So Kiran wants to know, what's the message for me this week? Okay, I will check, Kiran. Let me just mix the cards. just attune myself to the cards. I haven't used them for 2 weeks. So what's the message for Kiran this week? Hostilities. So this card means some kind of almost like a physical, obvious hostility. And I'm going to read out the exact meaning so that you can see if it resonates with you. Okay, so this card stands for defenses up, aggressive energy. This card shows a man raising his sword in readiness to do battle. When it comes upright, it reveals a situation where hostilities toward you are about to be or have already been engaged. The aggressive energy may be verbal or emotional, with someone in your environment being excessively critical, demanding, and hurtful. In a work or social situation, there may be backstabbing or out and out slander going on. This is different from the deceit card because the hostile energies are more apparent, more overt. In fact, you may have been living with them for some time. But whether this is new or old energy, now is the time to regain control. Allowing dishonoring treatment from others is an open invitation to the universe to send you more. It may feel risky, but you need to have the courage to stand up for yourself now and always. So, this is the message for you. Oh, wow, many people want me to pull cards for them. Okay, let's see. And then Alice wants a card. Okay, what's the message for Alice? Oh, great card. So it's the wealth card, cornucopia, if I pronounce it right. It's the card of wealth, one of the best cards in the deck. Its number is 11. So I'm going to read out what it means. An abundant harvest, and it stands for wishes fulfilled. An abundant harvest and great blessings are waiting for you, and you may even find all your wishes fulfilled. This cornucopia of gifts from the universe can come in the form of financial riches, job fulfillment, romantic love, or all of the above. When you receive the cornucopia upright, you know that you've done important work. Let me just drink some water. And that it's about to pay off. The seeds you've planted in your energy and in your life are ready to be harvested in some significant ways. Get ready, for a great feast of abundant value is being prepared for you now, and Spirit is applauding all of your effort. Very positive, great card. Now Sakshi also wants a card. Okay, Sakshi, I'll pull a card for you. So what's the message for Sakshi? The message is patience. I'm trying to show it. It's a beautiful card, but I don't know if you can see it. Okay, so the number is 16. Let me just read exactly what its meaning is. Peaceful presence, letting go of desperation. This card shows a beautiful angel holding a clock in the stillness of winter. Her quiet, peaceful energy is telling you that it's time to release the old urgency. And I think you had some cards similar like that you have to have more patience. So it's time to release all the urgency and to look at things with a much clearer perspective. When this card is upright, it's telling you to relax and let go of the single minded desperation that's been driving you. Don't try to force your will on only one option. When you think there's only one solution to satisfy your need or to make you happy, you're blocking many other potential solutions from coming your way. Let go of the anxiety and be flexible. Be patient, open, and creative. Choose to be peaceful in the present. The universe has more options than you may be aware of. Quiet your mind, broaden your perspective, and let them come through. This is a very beautiful message, spiritual lesson for all of us to learn. Okay, Anubhav also wants a card. Okay, so what's the message for Anubhav? Fourth chakra, Archangel Raphael. So it's the heart chakra. And let me read its description. Number 38. It stands for love, compassion, and self acceptance. Raphael extends beautiful green energy surrounded by gentle waves of pink to your heart center. This card, upright, indicates that you now have a greater readiness to receive love from others as well as from yourself. It could also indicate that a much needed healing from a previous broken heart is taking place. The tender vibrations of Raphael remind you to encourage yourself with the compassionate self talk that you desire to hear from others. Know that as you do, the light from your heart center will shine with an irresistible beauty, and the universe will send people and situations that cause your sense of love and support to grow and grow. Again, a beautiful message. And let's see. So, Anubhav. Let me know, Anubhav. Sarthak, I didn't pull a card for you, right? Just let me know. Then I will pull a card for you. And since just write it, and then I will check for your message. Okay, so I haven't pulled a card for you, so I'll pull a card now. Okay, so what's the message for Sarthak? Just jumped out. Let's see which one is it. Seventh chakra, Archangel Uriel. And its number is 41. So let's see. So it stands for spirit connections, intuition, and inspiration. The beautiful angel Uriel, also called the fire of God, wears a brilliant crystal crown vibrating with a passionate connection to the divine. She brings great power to your seventh energy center, which is called the crown chakra and is located at the top of your head. This card, upright, indicates an open and free flowing channel of information and inspiration from the wonderful beings in the spirit world. This could also be a time of great intuition for you and guidance from your higher awareness. So allow yourself to quiet your mind and listen. Now is a great time to get connected. The assistance from spirit is great, and whether it's the presence of an ascended master, a powerful angel like Uriel, or just a loving friend or family member in spirit, their love and willingness to assist is always there. They even open you to the Akashic records, the storehouse of all information. This connection is open now, and you will find that your own spirit and the spirits of those around you will be able to provide the answers you seek and the blessings you desire and deserve. It's a highly spiritual card. That's great. Now you're open to the non-physical worlds. Let's see. Samantha also wants a card. Okay, Samantha. So what's the message for Samantha? This one. Journey. This is an unusual card. Some of the cards I always pick for my readers, but this one I think I didn't yet pick as far as I remember. So this number, the card's number is 2. So let's see. It indicates some kind of change. It stands for movement, relocation, travel. Pack your bags. The journey card foretells upcoming travel or a shift in location. It may be as simple as a vacation, a retreat, or class, or even a work related trip. This card could also signal a move of residence or a job relocation. The upright position indicates that the plans should go off without a hitch. Still, be clear about your motivations and mindful of logistics. All of life is a journey, and this card is telling you that you have some exciting and inspiring adventures ahead. Yeah, great card. Change is always good. Like, you can make any change into positive if you know how to, to be in control of your mind and see positive in everything. Then even negative change can turn out to be a positive one. Sidi also wants a card. Okay. What's the message for Sidi? This one. Goddess of the Moon. So this is the card number 52. It stands for intuition going within, upright. This card shows an eternal spirit holding the bright reflective moon and standing in front of the crystal clear waters of a sparkling waterfall. Her arms are stretched upward, receiving the light of the moon, the light of inspiration. This card is all about intuition, the ability to receive insights from your soul's point of view. Receiving the card upright tells you that you have the power to get intuitive information on all types of issues, and now is the time to use it. The goddess of the moon brings you all sorts of information, from the mundane to the spectacular. For instance, you could get the urge to take a different route home from work and find out later that you've avoided a 3 hour traffic jam. Or you might have an idea for a great invention, a stock investment, or a spellbinding novel. This card could also indicate a significant blossoming of psychic ability and mediumship, even on a professional level. You've always been blessed with this ability to connect, but this card is telling you that now is the perfect time to open up. Get ready for the amazing inspiration this brings. So, again, a spiritual, wonderful card. Let's see. And now, let's see. Let me know, people, if I haven't pulled a card for you. Just for the general message, let me know. Just write it and I will pull, because I lost there many messages here. And I know I haven't pulled it for Zyga. City. I think it's Vanessa next. Vanessa, I haven't pulled a card for you, right? I'm sure I didn't. So, yeah. I'm sure the next one is Vanessa. Yeah, okay. So let me just. Okay, I will pull the card for Vanessa. What's the message for Vanessa? This one. All the chakra today cards. So this one is 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron. And let's see the meaning. Obviously, it's a brow chakra, but let's see what this oracle card says about it. So it's the number 40. It stands for clarity of thought, personal vision. This very powerful Archangel Metatron brings brilliant indigo vibrations to your brow chakra or third eye, which is the center devoted to insight and clear thought. When this card appears upright, it indicates a much greater clarity in your thought process and an expanded perspective toward broader horizons. Some new perceptions are taking hold, and the clouds of confusion are clearing. In some ways, this could be a new beginning, for you are on your way to developing a deeper insight about what's going on in your life and why. Now is the time to focus on your personal vision. what you want your life to look like in the years ahead. Create a clear picture of that and support it with your daily thoughts. The insight you need to create a vibrant life is available to you now. All the spiritual cards you're pulling. That's so great. Okay, so now the card for Zyga. Okay, I hope I pronounce your name right. I'm not sure. So, what's the message for Zyga? This one. Oh, you also got a hostility card. So this is the same that I pulled the first, I think, the first card. So it's some kind of open, beware that there could be some kind of open hostilities towards you, either physical or verbal. And it's the time to, have a say so that you're not walked over, but, you put a stop to those hostilities. Okay. And Sakshi had a card that I pulled. I pulled the same card for Sakshi, so the same lesson for her. And Anubhav also, I pulled a card for him, and he says the same card over and over again. That's because that's a lesson for you. And once you learn that lesson, then there will be another card that will await for you, not the same. So there is some kind of lesson that you need to learn. So for Sakshi's patience. And Kiran wants for me to pull a card for her husband. Okay, I will pull. What's the message for Kiran's husband? Oh, this card jumped out. Let's see. Attachment. Very interesting, Kiran, isn't it? Let me just read it. It stands for perceived need and the choice to let go. In the upright position, this card reveals that your passage forward is being stopped by strong attachments to old patterns. Wow, what did we speak about? Or people from the past also could be holding him back. The chain at your wrist is bolted to fear from the past. Let's see again. The chain at your wrist is bolted to fear from the past or desperation about the future. Although you may wear the mask of pretense or even contentment, you simply can't seem to go forward. The stuff that's keeping you stuck could be physical addictions, emotional patterns, or even old relationships. Are you living in fear, addicted to old unhealthy habits, or so desperate about the future that you can't be happy now? If so, the chains that bind you could be of your own making. This card is telling you that it's time to take the action you need to break out of your chains and move forward to an open, free, healthy, and authentically happy life. It may take some courage and effort to let go, but know that you are capable of doing it. Until you do, the difficult energy will just repeat itself, keeping you stuck. Oh my God, that's so relevant. I hope, Kiran, you will, this live will be put, it will be published on YouTube. Maybe you can show this to your husband. Okay, so I have some other people who want me to pull a card for them, but unfortunately the time is finishing. So maybe I will pull one more card. So let's see. Okay, Jay. Hi, Simona. Can you please pull an oracle card for me? Okay, this is the last card I'm pulling. And then next week, for those who I haven't pulled the card for, you can just tune in next week and I will do that. So, what's the message for Jay? This one. Fourth chakra, Archangel Raphael. So, Jay, I already pulled this card. It's the heart chakra. You can, if you want to know exactly what this card says, then you can just rewatch this video and you will find that I pulled this card before. And now there are all kinds of noises starting, the thunder, and I heard something outside of the door. So interesting, but it's good. Only now the noises are starting. I don't know if you can hear, it's thunder. And now it's the end of this live. So I really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you that so many turned up for this, tuned into this live. And next live should, maybe it will be in Kerala, if I manage to get there, if me and my husband manage to get there. So, and hopefully the internet will be stable. I'm not sure because it's a rainy season, monsoon time in Kerala. So it's raining and raining and raining. And I think sometimes it can affect internet connection, but hopefully it won't. And I will be able to have the next live the same time, Sunday, 6:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. So I hope to see you there. And thank you very much for taking part. And I will end the live now.